What's beyond our reality? Is there a different world waiting for our discovery? Are you open to the disruption that comes with change? This can only be done by embracing your fears, challenging your beliefs, questioning your reality, turning within for real change. This is where we join science, metaphysics, spirituality, and life experiences to bring about true healing. You can be happy. You can have peace. You can heal. Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Jamie, and today I'm going to show you how to use EFT as a daily self-care tool to reduce stress and support your nervous system. EFT isn't just for big emotional events and traumas. It's also powerful when used consistently, even for just a few minutes a day. Our nervous systems are constantly responding to the world around us, whether it's stress from family, work, social media, or just daily overwhelm. When we can become aware of our emotions and tap daily, we help regulate the nervous system by calming the amygdala, lowering cortisol, and releasing stored tension from the body. This helps you stay grounded, improve focus, reduce reactivity, and it strengthens your body's natural ability to heal itself. It can also help you respond better in your normal day-to-day activities. It keeps your nervous system and your emotions at a more level state of being so that you're not reacting without being able to think and make a decision first. When you are calming your nervous system, you're helping to get yourself out of fight or flight. In fight or flight, that means we're in a state of survival reactions. Our brains believe that we are in danger and sends that information to the body. Because of that, all of our blood is rushing to our extremities so that we can either fight or we can run. And this takes precious energy away from all our vital organs and our normal bodily functions that you need to stay healthy and operating normally. So, obviously, being in a state of fight or flight is good short term when you're actually in danger, but it is not a place where you want to stay because then your system cannot function properly and bring itself back to homeostasis. Chronic states of fight or flight over time lead to health issues because the body does not have the appropriate time to do what it needs to do in order to repair and bring the body to health and balance. If you are in fight or flight, your heart rate is increased and your blood is in your extremities, which means you can't digest food, you can't ward off infections, your immune system is not active, your breathing is shallow, and you can't even think properly and make decisions because your brain is not supported by blood flow and oxygen. However, when you are not in fight or flight, you are in the rest and digest state. This already sounds a lot calmer, doesn't it? It means exactly how it sounds. Your body is resting and digesting. Every function returns to normal. Your breathing is stabilized. Your heartbeat is normalized. Blood pressure goes down. Thinking becomes clearer, etc. When we have repeated patterns of stress or reactions for years and years, they become a part of us. And every time that same stress happens, we are reacting the same each time. We're actually establishing a pattern, a habit of reacting that becomes automatic. Even happening before we can think about it, it almost becomes like an addiction to the body because the same chemicals are created when the stress happens and they're sent throughout the body. We become used to the same reactions, the same chemicals, and eventually believe that this is how we are supposed to react every single time that this stress happens. So using EFT is really a good way to establish a habit of bringing the nervous system back to a calming state. You can think of using EFT daily as like a daily emotional or energetic hygiene routine, just keeping your system kind of clean and flowing the way that it should be or the way that you want it to be. So you don't need a particular crisis to use tapping. You don't need like a panic attack or an outburst or crying. You can just do EFT first thing when you wake up in the morning or right before you go to bed. You can use it anytime when you feel anxious, unfocused, and even when you just feel tense or when you feel something coming on. So I'm going to give you an example of words to say, but of course you can create your own words. And in fact, it's going to work better if you are able to put your own words and your personal experience into your words. I am sure that you may have seen many EFT tapping scripts and that you can just follow along with them, but A lot of times they're not very effective because with EFT tapping, you really need to be as descriptive as possible, which means you have to talk about your personal experiences in the tapping. General scripts are not going to include your personal experiences. They're just generic scripts. So if you really want to get into any real healing, then you're going to need to personalize it. You're not going to be able to follow along with scripts and have amazing results. So here's one more point I want to make about tapping, just as a side note, because I think it's important to know. Yes, being as descriptive as possible is very important. However, sometimes if you're in a state of heightened emotional reaction, then you can simply just tap all the points without saying a word. Because just as an example, if you're having an anxiety attack or extreme grief or sadness, something like that, you don't need the words to tell your brain what emotion you're trying to connect to, right? You're already connected to the emotion. So in those types of situations, you do not have to have any words. You can simply just do rounds of tapping. And it is extremely effective that way because you're extremely tapped into the emotion. I'm going to guide you and give you just some things you could say as a script. If these words do not apply to you or apply to how you feel, then don't use them because they're not going to work. So take what I say and modify it if you have to, but I'm just going to give you examples of what to say. So let's say we're trying to calm and reset and ground yourself. Your setup statement would be, even though I'm feeling a little stressed, I deeply and completely accept myself. So that's very generic. I'm feeling stressed. You may want to target your exact emotions. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling stressed, thinking about all the things that I have to do today. Add your words into it, okay? So this might be a good thing to do any time of the day, but maybe waking up in the morning and, the brain kicks in and starts reminding you of all the things that you have to do that day, and it's starting to make you feel stressed and overwhelmed. Just go into tapping. Even though I'm feeling so stressed right now, thinking about all the things that I have to do today, and the pressure is just building, I feel like I have no time or not enough time to do the things that I need to do. I deeply and completely accept myself. So with this next part, you're welcome to repeat the same phrase on each point, going over all the points. A lot of times we just repeat the same reminder phrase. So in this instance, you would say, the stress I feel thinking about all that I have to do, or the stress I feel thinking about my day, or however you need to word it. But you can also say different things for the reminder phrase each time you tap on a new spot. I used to do this in the beginning when I was doing tapping and my training. You could change up the words like, I'm feeling really stressed today. There was a lot on my mind. I've been carrying this stress around. I haven't had a chance to slow down. You can kind of just expand on the narrative as you go through the points. So try out both and see what works better for you, but it still works good whether you change up the reminder phrases or keep them the same. I know I've seen a lot of like, I am safe, I am calm, I am grounded. But as I learned from Gary Craig, we don't use positive phrases like affirmations while we're tapping because you're supposed to be tapping out what you don't want. So I don't recommend using positive phrases while tapping because it's not going to work as effectively. When you're tapping, you're not putting anything in there. You're just getting out and removing an energetic disruption. So you really want to focus on what you're getting rid of. If you repeat the same thing each time, it's perfect. If you want to change it up and add different dynamics of the same situation, then that's perfect too. But like I said, try both and see what works best for you. So let me run through it with you one time, and then you can either tap with me or you could stop the video and do it on your own. Change up the words if you need to, if you have time. If you have to write them down, that'll help. So before you start, you always want to write down what you're feeling and how intense that feeling is, usually on a scale from 1 to 10. If you feel anything in your body, write that down too, and its intensity. You'll want to refer back to it afterwards, after you do a round. So go ahead, if you want to stop and write down what you're feeling, write down its intensity, whatever you're feeling, write that down. Take a moment to do that. Or you could stop the video and do that and then do it on your own and come back. whatever works for you. So let's start. Even though I'm feeling really stressed, thinking about everything that I have to do today, feeling like I have no time, and I'm feeling this pressure in my chest and sickness in my stomach, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay. Feeling stressed, thinking about everything that I have to do today. Feeling stressed, thinking about everything I have to do today. Feeling stressed, thinking about everything I have to do today. Feeling stressed, thinking about everything I have to do today. Feeling stressed, thinking about everything I have to do today. Feeling stressed, thinking about everything I have to do today. Feeling stressed, thinking about everything I have to do today. Feeling stressed, thinking about everything I have to do today. Good. Now you may feel like you want to take a deep breath. Just let it out. See how you feel now. Look at your original intensity and ask, is it still this high? Say it was at an 8 before, and now I tune back into the stress and it feels more like a 3. And if it's a 3 or higher, you'll want to do another round. Sometimes a 2 or a 1 is good enough and you don't want to do another round, but it's up to you. Then you would just do another round and reassess where it's at. So even though I'm feeling really stressed when I think about today and all the things that I have to do, I deeply and completely accept myself. Feeling really stressed about today. Feeling really stressed when I think 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 about all I have to do today. Feeling really stressed about today. Thinking about everything I have to do. Feeling really stressed when I think about today. Feeling really stressed when I think about today. Okay, take a deep breath. Let it out. Tune into that stress. How does it feel now? Feeling pretty good? So yeah, you may want to take a couple minutes just sitting in the silence, tuning into your body. If you tapped along with me, just let me know in the comments how you felt, how it went, how it worked for you. And if you have any questions, then I'll be happy to answer them. So the key to tapping is really remembering to do it, because a lot of times we forget that we have this amazing tool to use, and it could help us so much every day. So the more consistent you are with it, the more you're going to use it. And the more you're going to remember to use it. And the better you're going to feel. And then the calmer your nervous system is going to be over time if you just create a habit of using tapping. And you're going to establish a new pattern of feeling grounded and safe. And then your nervous system is going to automatically learn to go into that state. So I would suggest maybe trying this every day for a week, maybe, to see how it feels and see how it impacts your daily mental and emotional health. And if you'd like more tapping videos, please like, subscribe, and even share if you feel called to do so. You can check out some more of my videos on my channel, and if you have anything you'd like to see, reach out and let me know, and I can create more tailored content that is helpful for you. So I hope you found this valuable. I know I do. I don't remember to use it as much as I should, but maybe with your help, we can support each other and we can increase our emotional health, our emotional resistance, and create a better, calmer life for ourselves. So I will see you on the next video. Bye.
If you enjoy this type of content and would like to see more, please like and subscribe to be notified when I upload new videos. You can read more about EFT, join my healing community, or schedule a private session by visiting my website.